Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike. I'm coming at you with the weekly news and review for November 24th, 2024. Been a great week. We've had our ups and our downs, our pitfalls and our perils, but there's always Transformers news. Talk a little bit about superpowers. You can get these on the McFarlane shop if you're interested in those. And there's some more Neca stuff just in time for Christmas. And Neca Turtles, which there's always more turtle stuff, it seems. The well does not run dry on that. And then a little bit of Masters of the Universe, some He-Man, some interesting stuff. Also, don't forget that this is, the last day or two of being able to order the Mondo Ghostbusters to get the Ghost, if you want to. But I'm going to show you a little something about that. And then there is some Star Wars news. It's very little. Don't get too excited. We'll talk about this and more coming up. Alright, so what is new at Show Z Store? They've got the Fans Hobby 112 VEO2 helicopter Cobra Fang lookalike. And it's for the 112 scale 6-inch figures, $1 down. No idea how much this is going to cost for the full price. No idea how much the Skyhawk's going to be. So they've got another one in the works before this. And it'll be interesting to see how these turn out. And the KFC Toys, this is basically the Optimus Prime. This is part of the Power Master Optimus Prime. And finally you get a chest, and it's upcoming soon, meaning that they're processing it right now, but you can add a cart by it. $150 if you're interested. I might, but I'm still in on the Takara one. Storm Collectibles Storm Toys Street Fighter 6 Zangief is up for pre-order right now. It is $8 down. Now the $8 is non-refundable, but it's a $109 price point, and it looks like a pretty cool looking figure. I'm still waiting on the Blanca. I'm looking forward to that. Speaking of Street Fighter, they've got these in stock. Now, I did pay for mine, and while I was paying for them, they look like two of them are out of stock. I don't know if they've come back in stock yet or not, but you might want to check them out if you're looking for them. They seem to be hard to get right when they come out, but really excited for all three of these. I'll be taking a look at them on my channel, and they are a little bit more, though. They're like $32, $33 on Gundam It. Now, speaking of Gundam, this past week I did review Spider-Man. I definitely was coming out of my shell on this because I don't ever mess with this. As soon as I posted the video, you guys were telling me that these are KOs. I did not know that when I reviewed them, so this is like my retraction. But I did update my screenshot, and I put a note in the comments, so everybody should understand if you're buying these CT ones, they are knockoffs. That's why they're 1/3 of the price. All right, so let's get to a couple more pictures of this KFC Optimus Prime. Another week, another Optimus Prime. I think it does look pretty good for what it is, and eventually when I get through with the G.I. Joe stuff, somewhere in there I'm going to be reviewing the vintage one, just so we can have some fun looking at that. Here is the alt mode when it now has the trailer, and you don't just have a cardboard cutout box for Jess, you actually have a cab, and that looks pretty good, pretty good. People are debating whether or not this one's going to be better than Takara, and I don't know. It's going to be hard to tell. I do think they both look like great options. They're both priced about the same, like $150 for the Prime, and then the trailer's about $175, so they're in about the same pricing area. This is screenshots from Mang Motion, who did a video for Show Z Store, and looks pretty good. This looks like an interesting way to achieve this, and size-wise, it's a beast. It is an absolute beast. There it is next to the Takara, Jetfire, Skyfire, and looking really good. So, curious, though, which one will win in the end, this one or Takara? I definitely am in on Takara, maybe in on this one. We got a couple of in-hand pictures of Marge. This is the Fantastic Model, or Fans Toys, and it's looking to be pretty good. Now, the price up Show Z now is $230, and I'm not really surprised. $230 sounds about what you'd expect for an Optimus Prime with armor that gets added to it. $270 is what I'm seeing at TF Source, so getting a little bit on the expensive side if you're going with an alternate one. There we go with that cool head sculpt where you can kind of show that it is a bot in armor. I think that's like IDW comic or something like that, but still looks pretty good. You can see that sheen and the shine on it. I look forward to this, and the community's going to be talking about this, plus or minus, good and bad, no matter what over the next couple of weeks as they start showing up. We got more pictures of the Groove, or the Mastermind Creations PS24 Ocular Max Incertus Groove, and there is the alt mode. It looks really good if you ask me. I think it looks great. And I bet you the transformation on this is probably going to be easier than the X-Transplots one, but still not 100% sure just yet. I completely missed the X-Transplots one, but I am going to pick this one up just because I generally get one from each of their combiners just to kind of feel it out and see what's going on with it. This is the bot mode picture. And here it is with the combiner picture. So this is, I guess, the newest release from MMC. Shaping up to be a pretty decent Defensor. Remember, this is 18 inches, not the 21 inch, like most of the other companies. Production's underway on Lumen Resources in their Metroplex, the 4 foot tall, around that size Metroplex. And it is, yeah, definitely underway. It's going to happen. It's a reality. Unlike where Light Toys is now with theirs, I don't know if that's ever going to see the light of day. Would have been nice, though, if that one would have been manufactured. That one would have been made, but I don't see any progress in the Light Toys project. This is the only large-scale masterpiece Metroplex that I'm seeing going on right now. Alright, so we got 3-0 with the Deluxe Revenge of the Fallen Nemesis Prime, and it is $230. It is 11.2 inches tall and highly articulated with 57 points of articulation. Die-cast metal frame, LED illuminated eyes. Accessories include 2 ion blasters, dual energon swords, and interchangeable battle mask and face. So this is one of those non-transformables. It is bigger than you would expect for a masterpiece. It's its own scale. It looks pretty cool. If you're in on this, the Nemesis one, just a repaint. We got in-hand pictures, literally, of the Yellow Park AMK Pro Last Night Optimus Prime early sample images. One of the things about this Last Night was there was very little product for it because either the movie bombed or the product bombed or both bombed at the same time. But with that, I see a lot of collectors clamoring for something Last Night. So this probably will do well if you're in on this. This is the 8-inch scale. It's not Masterpiece, but I love this line. And speaking of that, we have the original Prime in a clear version for the Cybertron Con 2024. I'm not sure how to get my hands on this, but if it pops up at Show Z Store, I'm definitely buying one because I've seen some of these exclusives pop up there, but I haven't seen all of them pop up there. So it's kind of a hit and miss on whether or not they're going to get their hands on any of these. Would be cool though. Anyhow, if you guys see it, let me know definitely where to get this, other than being at the convention itself, which I'm definitely not going to be there. Looks really cool. It'd be nice to have a clear one. So there's a picture of this Unicron head, which I have no idea the size, scale, where it fits in with things, but I'm hearing these are old pictures just put back out again. And is the project revived? Is this something that's going to see light of day? I don't know. I really don't. But there's some pictures of Unicron floating around this past week, and it looks interesting. It definitely looks interesting. There's a lot you could do with the Unicron head, depending on how big you make it, because they did have part of that Season 3 where they revisited Unicron's head several times. So it sounds funny, sounds odd, but it's definitely a thing. So you want to talk more about heads? Probably not, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Killer Body G1 Optimus Prime wearable helmet, armor helmet. This thing, it's interesting because it has 15 magnetic assembly plates to achieve the helmet and double armor, showing that you can have either the underneath, which has an actual face, or you can have the full thing put together and looking like Optimus Prime from G1. It tells you a lot of information. You get to see a lot about this. The one thing it doesn't tell you, price and availability. But anyway, will be interesting to see how much this is. It's an interesting concept. It's kind of cool, and it's definitely a step above just getting a basic helmet. So I guess that's all the masterpiecey stuff. Now we got a little bit of Legends, little as in 4-inch. This is Rising Force, and it's their next figure. They're still working on their Minosaur. Looks pretty cool. If you missed out on Magic Square and you want to get on theirs, then it'd be a good idea. I'm curious, once they're done with the set, will they do recolors? Will they do box sets? Really curious, because it's interesting, too, that Magic Square never did a box set, but New Age does box sets. So will be interesting because this is the only thing they're doing, and I feel like they're going to want to recoup as much cost by putting it out as a box set. I hope they do, and I hope it's a little cheaper than buying each individual. All right, so we got pictures of the first Craftsman Toys Tactic Lord Combiner DJS02A steel drill, and he looks pretty good. It's not a bad looking figure, and that's what he looks like with he's got his foot there, but what does he look like in exact combine mode? That's what it looks like. So coming along, starting at the legs, I guess you're going to build a foundation, build your way up. Not a bad way to start a combiner. I see that's kind of what we're doing right now with the Masterpiece Bruticus from Magic Square. Anyway, it looks like it's going to shape up to be a pretty good Computron. I'm going to place this squarely in Legends territory because when I converted it over, it seems like they're about Legend size, around the 4.1 inch for Prime, which is 11 centimeters. Oddly, Transformers, AUDLEY, Alpha Action Elite Wave 1 images, and they look very, very good because they don't have to transform, and I think they'll scale with your Legends. I might be wrong, but that's the way it seems. And you get more than just Optimus Prime, and it's interesting. It's something that I think when you start seeing all of the blokies and all that kind of stuff that's coming out, this is more of what I would have rather had, so I kind of avoided the blokies. I would have rather had this, so depending on price, I might be in on all these. So they've got 7 of them, so here are the first 4 with Prime, Starscream with the Kickback and Cliff Jumper, and again, officially licensed, meaning that's why they might be a little on the pricey side because they're officially licensed, but they do look very good. Like every one of them looks very good so far from what I've seen, and it could possibly, if they could fit in on a Legends shelf, and you could fill characters as you're waiting for maybe a better version of that to come out from another company or something along those lines, that would be fun too. And just the fact you might be able to mix and match them, I think would be great. We also have Jazz, we have Soundwave, and RC. And I'm going to put it down, that RC looks amazing. So, I mean, really, I wouldn't mind a Masterpiece RC that's scaled with Masterpiece and looks that good. Very impressive so far. Then they have what they call chase figures. These are their treasure hunts for all of y'all Hot Wheels collectors out there. Optimus Prime toy inspired. The sticker decos are actually stickers for you to apply, and that's interesting. And you also get a different perspective on it. Then you have kind of a yellow clear Sunstorm inspired by Dreamwave's crazy solar powered clone. Clear. Let's be clear on that. I don't know how you acquire the chase figures. They just call them chase figures, and there it is. Now, we've got some Cosmos pre-orders. If you've been wondering about this, it's there for you to pre-order at Amazon. Don't waste time. This is the one that everybody was trying to get, and they packed it 1 per case at kind of an end of the year kind of thing, and last wave syndrome, a lot of problems, a lot of people struggling to get this. Now you can get it for $25. I'm not 100% sure when it's going to deliver. I mean, it's saying like February 3rd or something like that, February 1st to the 3rd, but you know, sometimes these get pushed back. Anyhow, if you want it, now's your time. All right, so now we got some pictures, some leaked images of the Age of Primes, Voyager Prima. Haven't we seen these? I think we've seen these already, but whatever. We'll look at it again. That's it. It's a good size bot because that's next to, I think, the Commander class. Is that the Commander? No, that's Earthrise. Never mind. That's Earthrise. I don't know why I keep thinking. I get them mixed up because I haven't handled the Commander yet. So here is the alt mode, what it looks like. So pretty interesting alt mode. It's actually cooler than I thought it would be. Anyway, there it is. Leaked images. Accidentally leaked on purpose, right? That's how they do it. All right, so this is Studio Series Voyager War for Cybertron Ironhide official images. This must be like the 4th Ironhide they've made now. So anyhow, it looks interesting. It's pretty cool. I played the game, so that was a fun game. But I don't remember them looking exactly like this. Anyhow, this is the Ironhide and the alt mode. And the alt mode looks familiar, but that looks more like a cliff jumper alt mode to me. But I don't remember really playing Ironhide much in the game either. So anyhow, there it is. If you're interested in this, then this is something that'll be coming pretty soon. Western retailers are listing the Takara Tomy Japanese crossover Megatron type Godzilla figure. And this is a Japanese crossover with Takara Tomy and Godzilla. And it features the Grimlock mold and turning into a Megatron. $65. Ships August 2025. But that doesn't feel like a Godzilla to me. It is what it is. But they're milking the Grimlock mold. I can't anywhere find pre-orders for the reissue of the first version of this mold anywhere. I thought we were supposed to be getting that next year sometime. Maybe we'll get the pre-orders next year. But it seems kind of odd that they're giving us all these different versions of this mold, but not the original one still. Wait, is this another picture of an accidentally leaked on purpose leak of a figure? The Age of the Primes Voyager Armada Red Alert prototype, possible first look. I really have nothing to add to it because I don't really collect this era. I'm not big on the Armada. But if you are, then maybe you're getting excited about this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Soundwave will be getting a set in 2025. So if you want to get a Lego Soundwave, then I guess 2025 is your year, right? I put together a Voltron, and that's the last I'm going to do of anything like that. It's just not for me. It wasn't worth the time and effort that I put into it to get what I got out of it. So these are cool. They're impressive, and I like looking at other people's builds, just not building them myself. That was a lot of time. It's tedious. Anyhow, a lot of people have fun, and it's their joy doing it, and I'm okay with that. And hopefully you have fun putting this one together. All right, Hasbro stops financing movie projects. I guess this is Chris Cox, and let's just stop jerking around and get right into this. So they're basically saying that they had some issues with the fact that the Transformers 1 movie did not perform as well as they wanted, and they're pulling away from co-funding movies. And I guess that makes sense, but they need the media to drive their product according to them. So they're not going to make product unless there's media. They're no longer going to be pushing the media. It just seems quite odd. It's almost like they're spiraling out of control downward financially, and they don't really know what direction to go. I guess this guy's the one supposed to give them the direction, and the direction is no longer co-finance any movie project. So now they're going to be dependent completely on other studios and all of that, which I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that, but I know that the formula we followed back in the day when we were kids is they made a cartoon, they made a toy line, we all had fun, they made money. But nowadays, I guess things have changed and they got to keep up with the times. I don't know if it's a good decision or not, to tell you the truth, but if they're not making money out of venture, why do it? Well, you do it because you make money on your product, but again, we'll see what happens. Well, I guess we can't just sit here and talk about Transformers all day, can we? Oh, we probably could, actually, to tell you the truth. There's so much with Transformers, I'd say more than any other franchise. Maybe Marvel Legends pushes it to a different degree. A lot of people are worried that Hasbro's going to lose Marvel Legends and Star Wars, and I don't think that matters. If they did, it wouldn't be a bad thing. Some people are asking, will McFarlane lose DC? I don't think Todd's going to give that up anytime soon. So anyway, McFarlane Batman, The New Adventures Wave 4, and this is going to come with Batman with the blue-gray New Adventures suit, the Scarecrow, and the Riddler. The Riddler. So, if you're interested in these, they're $25. Ship date of January 2025. Okay, this is the Wave 9 of their superpowers. I'm so hit and miss on this. Like, there's some waves that got the whole wave, some I only snagged 1 or 2 figures, and I am not 100% completist on this. I don't have all 11 Batmans they made and all 9 of the Supermans, but I don't actually know how many of each they made. I think the Riddler in this is definitely the one to get. I was planning on just buying a whole wave and calling it a day. Well, now you can do that at the McFarlane store, so you got to go straight to the McFarlane themselves to do it. You can do it if it's not sold out at other places. If it's available at Entertainment Earth, you can snag it there too. So just giving options for buying this next wave, and it looks like a pretty decent wave. I mean, I don't really have any complaints about it, even though you got repaints of Batman and Superman and all that kind of stuff. Every figure in here looks really interesting, and Worth the purchase. I don't know why I haven't bought a wave yet, but I plan to. All right, this is something that I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if I'm going to be involved in this at all. Probably not. But Super 7 is making Thundercats vintage figures to look like He-Man figures, but the Motu figures. And they're Thundercats. And we already saw this with Funko and Savage World. Funko and Super 7 had a weird relationship with Reaction. In the early days, both their names were on the package. And I don't know exactly all the legal intermingling that they did. I don't know what was going on with all that. But nowadays, it's all just Super 7. Well, Thundercats, Jackalman, Mumra Everliving, and Lion-O are the first ones put out, which already exist in the Funko versions of the Savage World. And I have all those. But I got all those for like $8 each on clearance. These are $30. I don't know if I'm committed to... Well, okay. I'm not committed to $30 each on these. I'm sure some people are going to love it because it's going to mix with their Masters of the Universe collection, but it's not for me. One of the best comments I've heard is like, if they're doing this, well, why not? Why wouldn't they want to at least match the Origins articulation and that kind of stuff? And maybe I missed that point. Maybe they do have that articulation, but as it stands, this looks very much like what they've done in the past with their Motu stuff that had less articulation. And I don't know, I'm curious what everybody else thinks about this, but as it stands, I'm not in on this at all. I don't need it. I don't see why they're making it, and I'm just curious if there's even a market there for it. For $35, you can get the deluxe ones or Ultimates ones. Like, I would much rather spend $5 more and get a better figure. But anyway, let's move on. All right, Nightmare Before Christmas, NECA, Jack, Sally, Santa, Jack, and the Mayor. Is that how that goes? That's how that goes. And yeah, it looks like something pretty interesting. I never made it all the way through the movie myself, so I'm definitely not one of the cult classic lovers of this, but it's got its own following and people that love it, and I think that it looks spot on to what I remember from this movie. I don't remember him in Santa Claus, though. This is how I remember this guy. This is what I think of when I think of Nightmare Before Christmas. But anyway, this is pretty cool stuff if you're into this. And it's really awesome that no matter kind of what franchise you're into, someone out there is making something for you. And it's a great time to collect because stuff like this exists. Next, putting out their Dark Leonardo. I don't know much about the Dark Leonardo, but some people probably do. I think it looks cool. My problem is everything NECA makes looks amazing. Whether I know about it or not, it looks amazing. I have to execute a lot of self-restraints to hold back and not buy stuff like this. As cool as it is, though, it is pretty cool. Anyhow, if you're into it, you're in on it. It'll probably coming up to a Target near you, I hope. The comics and entertainment. But I'm wondering if this will be in the Targets too, because most of the stuff is. And for those of you who love the drama, then you might love this story, which I guess everybody's probably already heard, but they sent out the Donatello's Lab, which is kind of like the sewer layer, but it's like another room. And they sent 2 by mistake to a lot of people, and then they're demanding it to be returned. And they're saying that if you don't return it, you're not going to get any future offerings and all this, but it's their mistake. I mean, it's once they've mailed it out, legally, the only thing they really can do is shut you out from ordering in the future. They can't require you to send it back because it was a mistake on their behalf, but they're sending out boxes with labels, and they're offering you $100 in the future, but it's kind of a crazy mistake. Don't really know how this is going to end, but I bet a lot of people end up not getting theirs that they originally ordered because some of these went out duplicated. But it's a silly, crazy error, and they're just going to have to own it. Okay, there's a story from Toy News International, and there's talking about a Toys R Us. Fox is developing a Toys R Us reality competition series. And not really anything so much explaining what it's going to be like, but the series will focus on families competing within an expansive toy store featuring a variety of nostalgic and currently popular toys and games from well-known classic toy brands. So I don't know exactly how they're going to compete. Is it going to be like supermarket sweep where they run around and grab stuff, or is it going to be answering questions about the background or all this? I don't know yet. But it will be really interesting to see how this turns out. Might be a lot of fun. It might be kind of lame, but we'll see. I'll give it a shot. All right, so BBTS is into doing their Black Friday sale, I guess is what they're calling it. There's a few good deals. I'm looking up the Super 7 Ultimate stuff. The Cobra Trooper is half price at $27.50. Not a bad price. I'm not going to make any guarantees whether this is going to be the lowest price that this thing goes for, or if it's going to go even to $12. I have no idea. I have no control over Entertainment Earth, and that one day $11 sale might happen and stuff sells out by noon. I don't know. I have no idea. But I went ahead and got me 2 more Troopers here because I really kind of love the Ultimates. And I think that the Super Classic Trooper looks the best. And it's now about the same price as Hasbro's, as their retro one. But I do like the way this looks. And there's a whole bunch more. So go look for yourself. And you just type in Ultimates G.I. Joe and you get your G.I. Joe. And then there's some good stuff for Silverhawks. Like the whole wave at like $131. Wish I would have waited on that. But anyhow, there's going to be a lot of I wish I would have waited with these sales coming up. Entertainment Earth has in stock Dungeons and Dragons. Well, guess what? Their Dekion and their the demons, the Shadow Demons, have sold out. But you can still get yourself a Hank and you can still get yourself a Sheila, which I did. And if you use any of the promotional codes, I used Mega J Retro's promo code, help him out. And with that, I got 10% off, got free shipping. And so it's like a 108 or 109 shipped, which wasn't bad for the 2 figures. Better, I mean, BBTS, I am going to get the rest over BBTS because obviously you can't get them here. But quick heads up, and it's pretty cool that this stuff is starting to show up. All right, let's check in on the HasLab for Ghostbusters Plasma Series Ectomobile Anniversary Edition. And we are at $9,389. I'm pretty sure it'll fund. I mean, you got to think that so many people are waiting for the last minute, and I'm pretty sure it'll fund. It's worth the value. If I were getting this, I'm not getting this. If I was getting this, I would get the deluxe bundle, the one that's $400 for an extra like $75. You're getting 4 extra figures and a bunch of other stuff. You can make it into the 1A, and I called it Ecto 2, but it's Ecto 1A. The Ecto 2 is kind of a goofy contraption. But anyway, if you're in on this, I mean, you still got 9 days. But you know what you don't have much time on? The Mondo Real Ghostbusters. I went back and forth on this. I was thinking, do I want to get it? Do I not want to get it? And it's not so much like, okay, this is a one-time $200 and $202 purchase. That wasn't the problem. I was thinking I need to do 4 purchases at $202, and then after that, I'm dragged into more and more and more, and I'm not a huge Ghostbusters fan, but then Mondo starts sweetening the deal and making it not so rough on the wallet. I'm going to show you this. I don't know why, but they gave me a $10 discount. I don't know why. And no shipping. And it came out to $192, and that's the total they charged me. $192. And so that works for me. Better than what I was thinking, $202 plus tax plus shipping and being at like $220, and that's how it usually goes, right? But somehow they figured it all out, got it $192, gave me a $10 discount. So I'm okay with it. Maybe that's just because it's the first thing I've ever ordered from them. I don't know. I won't be expecting a $10 discount next time. Or maybe I should expect a $10 discount. I don't know. Anyway, it's not as bad as I originally thought it would be. Will I be in on the rest? Yeah. If I started down this path, I guess I need to stay with it. You've only got a day to get in on it, so it's like over on the 26th at like 11:59 a.m. Central Time. All right, I guess we'll get into some Star Wars. Most of the stuff this week is like clearance or sale, and it's still not cheap enough for me to want to buy it. None of this stuff. I just don't want it even at that price. I'm waiting for $4. I'm not joking. I mean, it's just where I'm at with the Star Wars, the new Star Wars stuff. love the vintage, and if they can get some retro collection that was part of the first 96, then I'd be gobbling that up. But anyhow, Amazon's got their Black Friday sales. You can also get the N1 Starfighter from Mandalorian for $80 right now, if that's a good deal for you. Originally it says it's $132. I didn't buy that myself, but anyhow, you might want to look at that. Entertainment Earth has the Retro Collection Series 1, the first one where it all began, where it all started, and that is $72 at Entertainment Earth. If you're interested in getting that, it's just one of those things that they've rerun this one, but they didn't rerun the Wave 2. And the Wave 2 is the hardest wave to get. Now, the Boba Fett was reissued in a 2-pack with Bounty Hunters. But Wave 2 is the one people want the most because so many people missed out on it. And I got all my Wave 2 on clearance for $5 at Walmart. Now available at the Disney Store, which I don't know. I haven't followed if the Disney Store does big sales, but that's where I bought my first Black Series figure a long time ago for $10. It was a Leia, Slave Leia, and I helped myself to 2 of those, 10 each, back in the day. But this is $50, and Clone Wars of Clones of the Republic is what they're calling this. Yoda and Clo Commander Gree, and I remember when Gree by himself was going for a lot of money. I understand, like all these clones were going for stupid money. So anyhow, if you're interested in this, it looks cool. I almost want to get it just for the Yoda, but I do not want to drop the $50. But that Yoda looks pretty cool. Okay, so we have, maybe this is new news, maybe it's not, but Gift of the Galaxy Week 2 pre-orders, 1 p.m., Amazon and Entertainment Earth. So you get the Vintage Collection Deluxe IG-12 Grogu and Anzelin. It's the IG-12 figure. I don't know about. Oh, that's the name of the little tiny little dude in there. Okay, I got that. I see it. And then there's the Balin Skoll's Force FX lightsaber. If you're in on all of that, that's $250 for the lightsaber, $25 for the figure for the Vintage Collection, and none of this excites me at all. But some people will probably be in on that lightsaber though. That looks cool. It looks cool. I just kind of stopped. I think I have 12 lightsabers. I don't think I need any more. But anyhow, pretty cool stuff, sort of. But I collect all this stuff on clearance, or just don't collect it at all these days. But some people might get excited for this stuff. So let me know what you think about this week's weekly news and review. What else is going on out there that I missed? Other cool stuff that's going on in the toy collecting world. Like, subscribe, and Tidarium Hanger out.